when my daughter was, I think about 11 months old, she fell down the stairs, and I was in the basement when it happened, and she fell down the stairs to the basement, somehow knocked over the baby gate, and came down the stairs. It was one of the most awful things I've ever seen, and I remember her getting to the bottom and and bouncing, and I remember rushing to her side, and her eyes were wide open. She was more scared than anything, and I went to check. I checked her neck, and I had great certainty with that. And I checked her skull, and I had very little certainty with it. And I didn't like that. I didn't like how that felt. And she was fine. But I responded by going upstairs. I remember she went down for a nap, and I went upstairs and I searched cranial adjusting. And there was a seminar 3 weeks from that date, 5 hours from my house, and I signed up for it right away. And I went to that seminar, and that was the one that Roger Turner puts on. And I've done the Roger Turner workshop. I've done that twice actually. I did the ICPA SOT ones, and I did some advanced cranial SOT stuff with Marty Rosen. And this was all about 14 years ago. And it has served me well over time. And I think that needs to be our default. I don't think you need something as dramatic as that, in order to respond. I think that needs to be our default, though, that when you go and have a situation where you're with a patient and you don't clinically quite have the capacity, I think it'll serve you best to search out that. So I had somebody a couple of years ago asking about tongue tie, and I didn't know a ton about tongue tie. I took some stuff in the ICPA, but 15 years ago in the ICPA there wasn't a ton about tongue tie. And so then I ordered that Martin Rosen's tongue tie video, and I researched that, and I did some more stuff on that, and I became I get more knowledgeable in the area. I just did a Thompson course, not because I needed to. I certainly could have taught the course, but there was one thing that I picked up that's already helped me with 2 people today that was really, really, really helpful. And I think that we need to be masters at finding out what it is that we don't know. So today, what I want you to look at is where are the situations where you have a unique case and you're not sure about it for whatever reason. Not that you're not even sure. It doesn't have to be that. It could be that you didn't have the level of certainty that you have with other ones. And, whether it be somebody who comes in with some type of organic illness, whether it be somebody who comes in with a shoulder problem or a knee problem. I mean, just today, me, pretty straight chiropractor, discovered that this person's knee problem was really spasm of the popliteus muscle, which has to do with a number of different things. I'm not going to go into it, but one simple release on that for them completely altered their bilateral weight scales, altered their posture, and their pain level decreased significantly. So that was this morning about 7 o'clock. I got a text now. It's about 2:30 now from the person saying, this is the first pain-free day I've had in 6 months. So, and I learned that from researching knee problems because my wife is a runner. So I think that what we want to be able to do is not necessarily be everything to everyone, but when something's outside your scope, know when to refer. So this morning I referred 2 people for shoulder problems that I knew were outside my area of expertise, and I just sent them to a place where I know that they can get help. But if you don't know it and you want to learn it, just finding new ways to access that information. So I just was thinking about my daughter's skull challenges today when somebody was asking, who knows how to do cranial adjusting, and I'm like, I do, but I kind of had an accident that forced me to have the energy to go learn it. So go learn some stuff today. All right, awesome.